Okay, so this is part three of this little, I guess, resource guide series or something. And we're going to look at what a lighting designer does, at least for our church. And, maybe you guys will be willing to take a look at some of these things and apply them for your situation. But this is the handbook, just like with the technician handbook, as I said before. This is a guide for how we do lighting for our services and productions and events and things like that. So it's not gonna the concepts in here you can use, but obviously the literal things that we do, it's really to each his own type of thing. So this is probably going to take the longest to get through, but it's got plenty of information. And again, especially if you're new to lighting and you're just trying to build a ministry and things like that, and you're just trying to get into lighting and stuff, this will be good for you. All right. So you saw this in the technician video, but so we have lighting design terminology. So remember in the general handbook we had some basic terminology, but then there's plenty of terms just for lighting design itself, and you can see how many pages of that. So as you learn to become a lighting designer, there's even more work involved in getting all of that information squared away. So it's something to consider. I would recommend learning the terminology, the right terminology, understanding the lighting lingo, so that you can really not only sound educated, but be able to communicate easier, better with people that are also in your field. You saw the song design chart in the technician book, so we don't have to really dive into this. Skip that. And now the color guide. Now this is the most sought after document, I should say, I guess, that I've received emails and comments and everything. People have loved seeing this, and I'm gonna tell you, this is a combination of two things. Your typical color meaning stuff, and then there's also what does the color mean in the Bible. So there's two kinds of color meanings. And so we use these, and what we do is when we list up the songs, and let me just fast forward here. These are all the songs that we have. This is a big giant list of the songs that we have. And so we have all the lyrics. And so what we do is we match the message of the song and the different terms and everything. And then we look at the colors that can be associated with them, and then we just plug them in for that particular song. That's all we really do. It's simple, and yet you have to do a lot of thinking, because you want to have colors that look good together, and aesthetics and things like that. But technically, that's how we do things. It's three steps, but then it's sort of like each step takes a while because you want to get it right. But really, it really depends on what designer's on duty. I mean, between Nia and myself, she's picked colors that I may have not picked. I know I've picked colors she may have not picked, but once the colors are set, they're there. No one's gonna go in and change them. So that is what it is. But we have, like I said, the colors are all split into groups. We got that. We have that. We have white and amber. And this is mainly for like the Wi-Fi parts that we have. They're quad lights. So they are red, green, blue, and amber. And so we have an amber, we have a white. And then seashell is actually full on, which is white plus amber basically. And so when I was researching the color match, seashell was the best match. Then we have primary plus amber, secondary plus amber. So we have a lot of colors here, but I'll show you later on. We have even more colors that we choose from, but these are like our standard colors that we use pretty much consistently. They're easy to make, things like that. Color series, you already saw a little bit about that in here. And so the themes, basically, fruit, flower, military, rainbow, birthstones. So you already know about that kind of stuff. uh, and then when are we actually going to do it? So like I said, like Mother's Day, that was Mother's Day. We had flowers. We had a baby dedication, and that was the Sunday before Memorial Day. So we did both of those on that day. We had electric for Father's Day, baptism. That actually didn't happen. We were supposed to have a baptism that day. It didn't happen. I was talking about how we acknowledge all the graduates and things I talked about during that video. And so that was a school thing. We usually have a day in July where we acknowledge basically all the members of our congregation. There's a lot of people from a lot of different countries. We didn't do it this year, but we would have done United Nations Blue for that service. Kind of a, so we do things at our church, and it gives us a chance to mix things up and to really help celebrate and emphasize that particular service, that theme service. All right, so this is the list of colors I was talking about, and I'm just going to go ahead and grab these. And this is from a website. I'm trying to find the name of the website on here. Oh, there it is. All right, so it's called, and I'm going to link it in the description, but it's called colorhexa.com. Colorhexa.com. Yeah, there you go, colorhexa.com. So this is where I went to find this extensive list of colors, all of these different colors that are here, and you have the mixes for them, the hue, saturation, lightness, and when you click on the particular color, if you click on it, it'll give you even more information about that color. So I encourage you to visit this website. You can even print it out. Technically, the names have the actual color in them, but when I printed them out, the color didn't come out for some reason. It didn't show up. But yeah, the colors are right behind the name, and so you can actually see the color right on the page. So it's really neat. It's really extensive, and that's what we use to figure out colors, not only for like the different themes of colors, like I showed you before, obviously the school and the baby and everything, but just if someone asks for a particular shade, you can find the shade here and say, oh, okay, we have that color. Well, I'll be able to make that color for you. I know we had a wedding at the church, and they had the wedding planner was like, everything's going to be lavender, lavender, lavender. So, I came over here in my list of colors, and okay, well, we want lavender. So then I found lavender here, and then I found all these other shades of lavender. I was like, are you kidding me? Look at all this lavender. I didn't even know this existed. So, it just gives you the chance to be able to find that particular shade that people like, because she said lavender, but I ended up using lavender blue and lavender purple. They matched more of that lavender shade that was, on this, the I guess curtains and everything like that. So sometimes people say what they think, and then when you do a little more research, you find out, hey, this actually looks better. Look at lemon. So there's a lot of possibilities here. So definitely take a look at that. Put that off to the side. Now, some of the colors on that list have the same name. So for instance, cyan is also known as aqua, also known as electric cyan, also known as water spout. So I took the time, you would not believe how long this took me, but I took the time to find the names and when they show up again. And so if like I've heard people say, I want it to look like aqua, I want it to look like cyan. Well, in light, they are actually the same exact color. It's just crazy. This one drove me nuts. Chocolate, cinnamon, cocoa brown, all the same. Come on. So I can show you guys this list too. And yeah, see, lavender is also lavender mist. Lavender blue is periwinkle. Lavender magenta is violet. It's just a lot of stuff. And then I recently visited this website here. And what this is this and I forget the name of this website. When I figure out the name of the website, like I said, it'll be in the description. But the different hues, and if you don't understand what hues is, the different shades of a color. So all of these colors here would be considered a shade of yellow. These are all yellow-green type of colors. Green cyan. So if someone asks you for a blue-green or, some kind of shade, like, okay, someone asks you for a shade of blue. I want it to look kind of like a light bluish type of thing. Immediately you can go to your blue shades, and maybe even your blue cyan. And just kind of, okay, well, what color can I use to best match that shade? You got blue magenta. This is just the resources that are out here. And so that's what, this is a thing that we use as well. So when people ask us for a particular shade of something, we know where to go. We're able to pinpoint a location for what you're looking for. Like I said, I don't remember the name of this website. Ugh. But I'll put it in the description. But yeah, this is good. This is good stuff. Now this is our contemporary service sheet, all right, and this is pretty much the schedule. Ooh, excuse me, of our services. Wow. I hiccuped, so when I hiccuped, I'm sorry. So this is the last week that we've done, because right now it's August 5th. So yeah, this is the last Sunday that we've touched. And so you can see, like I said, you got the different songs. The presence of the Lord is here, right? And so, you know what? Let's go see if we can find these colors so I can kind of give you an idea. So let's see. In fact, I know everything is in here. I think this one we haven't lit this one yet, but I know we've lit this one plenty of times. So everything, right? So that means blue and amber. And that's one of the things I didn't even show you, is that each name has a abbreviation. So when we look at those letters, we know what those letters mean, what colors those are. So like that says BA, right? So we know it's blue for B, and we know it's A for amber. And if they start with the same name, then we just put an extra letter next to it. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and see if we can find it. So like a technician will look at the sheet, right? And they'll see it says everything. Well, let me look in the color, let me look in the song design chart and see, okay, everything is here, is blue and amber. So that's pretty much how it works. They just look for the name of the song, put it in. If the name of the song is not here, like if the song is not lit and documented, then they go to that lighting without the designer input that I showed you earlier in the other book over here. So that's kind of the system that I have set up. And then for special ministries, there's lighting for special ministries. Remember the offertory? They might do dollar bill, they might do emerald, whatever they feel like doing. So that's kind of what the service sheets are for. And we hold on to those every week, and they're just kind of there. So, yeah. Put that down. Okay, come on, get in there, girl. Yeah, okay. All right. And I showed you the list of songs and everything. So, we look at the lyrics. Designers look at the lyrics and even the tempo as well. And so if I can't find a song, like if we're singing a new song, just go on YouTube, man. I look for it on YouTube because I want to hear it as well as understand the lyrics, because you don't want a slow song that might be talking about like a happy time. You really don't want a high energy color like yellow, you know what I mean, during a slow paced song. So you definitely want to know the tempo of the song and go from there. So I like to listen to it on YouTube. But like I said, I've been here, part of this church, for about 19 years. The church itself is about to be 21. So I know a lot of these songs, you know what I mean? So I know how they go, but newer members of the church, they don't know how it goes, so they might have to hear it, but I could just look at the name of the song and be like, oh yeah, I remember how that goes. That's fast, that's slow. So that's part of why I was able to build up a color design chart, whatever, a song design chart so quickly, because I knew the songs for the door. So it was like, oh, okay, I remember this one. Oh yeah, that one. Okay. So I said this was going to be the longest, but I'm already done. Woo, yeah. But yeah, lighting design is more of the thinking. There's a lot of thinking involved with lighting design. There's a lot of consideration when you're dealing with lighting design. And the Lighting Bible will talk more about the lighting design process as well. So this is almost like part 1 for lighting designers. But yeah, it's like a simple but complicated procedure to do lighting from a design standpoint. And so there's a lot of resources that are involved. I showed you all the different color charts and everything. And like I said, I'll link those in the description for you so you'll be able to get an idea. And so yeah, gotta tell you, it's I love the job. Being a lighting designer is definitely something I enjoy. It's really easy, to be honest. Not once you learn how it goes, it's really easy. It just requires a lot of prayer and a lot of things. And one of the things I did was I took our standard lighting, our standard colors in the color guide, and just applied the hues to them. So now we know, if we don't want to find a new color, if someone says I want an orange brown shade, we have at least 3 options here to choose from that might, so yeah, that's one of the things that I took the time to do as well. Just making it easier to find different colors, to find the right color. Because obviously you've seen the list of colors here. There's all these colors that are, available. It's going to take you forever to try to find the type of color that you want. But with the split into hues and things like that, it kind of makes it a little easier to find that particular shade of a particular color, beyond that color. And for me personally, growing up, I've always looked at colors as the Crayola 8. Like that box of 8 crayons, that's it. Those are the colors that matter. But, like I look at these hundreds of colors that are out here and I'm like, wow, my eyes, it's so, it's not green, it's, it's lime, it's stuff like that. It's different. But, so keeping track of all the colors is the biggest part of lighting design, and finding out which colors mean what and what do they mean, and then figuring out what was the message that we're trying to send. And when you figure that kind of stuff out, you get that right shade of color. And I will put in the links, I will put in the description links to where I got, all the information for these meanings and things like that. There was 2 main sources that I used, and it's pretty much a copy and paste. So, but again, it's not like I'm selling this stuff. It's not like I'm trying to make a profit off of it. We're using it for a church setting and things like that. So, but yeah, I know Understanding Color Psychology, I think is what it's called, the website. Like I said, it'll be in the description, so let me stop. But yeah, so if you got any questions about all of this stuff, let me know. It's important to have that purpose for lighting. We don't put colors up there just to have them up there. We definitely want to help tell the story. Sometimes it's fine to have colors up there just for the show of it, but especially for praise and worship, that intimate time, we definitely want to have a purpose for those colors. And so that's pretty much what this is built on. So whether it's biblical or physical or emotional, we want to have a purpose. Okay. Like I said, I want to keep everything 20 minutes or less, so thanks for watching and keep shining.